When people ask me what I do for a living, it's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a corporate marriage counselor. That's what I do. I help companies fall in love and stay in love with their customers. You think it's easy. It's easy usually during the sales process, but when we actually get the commitment, oh my gosh, that's where the trouble starts. And I was thinking about the presentation today, and it hit me yesterday on my way to the airport. I said, oh my gosh, this is going to be a really difficult crowd. This is going to be a difficult crowd. This is the crowd who managed to get an approval for travel during a travel freeze. They must be really good at what they do. They must already have done really well in their business. And here I am coming to tell them about customer experience and transformation. And it reminded me an interesting experience. We have had a privilege of working with a wide variety of organizations around the world. One of them is a football team in Manchester, which will not allow us to mention their name, but it's not Manchester City. And I remember running a conversation with their very famous manager. And I said to him, Sir A, again, I cannot mention the name. I said, you won so many cups. How do you keep it exciting for the team? You've been there, you've done that. You've got the FA Cup, you got the Premiership, you got the European Cup. What else? And he said, that's my problem. And we did a small tweak, which I would challenge you to use not only today in your thinking, but when you're going back. From their mission statement, we took the word #1 and we replaced it with the word pioneer. #1 is a single peak. You reach that, it's only downhill from there. Not exactly exciting. But when you're a pioneer, you're committing to a journey of innovation that at a certain point it's multi-peak and the competition is so far behind that it doesn't really matter. What I'll share with you today are practices that we've actually done. I'm not an academic, I'm not just an author, most of my work is actually doing customer experience at organizations. Every practice I will share with you today was implemented. So I will be floating around later at the Partners Pavilion. Come to me, ask me if you're not sure how. But let's start with a couple of basic definitions. What I'm going to chat with you today about is it's about exceptional experiences or nothing, especially in this economy, but even prior to that. Our customers are polarizing right now to two positions. Either you're going to give me a great, amazing, surprising experience, or forget about it. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to go discounts right away. And my first challenge when I step into companies is exactly this. You step into every organization and they already have those, those sunset posters with the customer is #1, do whatever it takes, and they got the memos from the CEO and they got the t-shirts and they say, we're doing customer experience, isn't it great? And it's not. It's a superficial lipstick on the pig. So let me tell you a small story about this superficial lipstick on the pig to understand what business we are in and what challenges we are facing. I got a call one day from a CEO of a Fortune 100 company. He comes to me and said, Lior, we've just completed our customer experience strategy. Hands me a 5-inch thick binder full of graphs and charts and things. I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to read this and tell me if we forgot something. I want to make sure this is bulletproof, no problems. I said to him, this is not how we work. We really need to experience it from the customer's standpoint and so on and so forth. He said, but we already did the work. I said, give me some opportunity to experience it from the customer perspective and I'll be able to tell you how it's working. And here's what happened. We split our consulting group. Everybody took one touch point and started to run with it. So some people went with sales, some people with marketing, some people with the field service people. And lucky me, I ended up at the call center. And since we have to do it randomly, and the company have 13 call centers around the world, I ended up in a wonderful location called Coventry in the UK. Have you ever been? Anybody been to Coventry before? If you have, you know that you can honestly say, never been there, and deep down saying, never wanted to. There's really nothing to do in Coventry, UK. So here I am, doing the traditional side-by-side, get my own headset, sit next to a lovely lady called Amy, and she's starting to take calls, and I ask questions and take notes. And about an hour into this exercise, she leaves the room, she comes back, she writes something on a piece of paper, and we continue to take calls. And then this procedure takes place again and again. Every hour or so, she will leave the room, come back, write something on a piece of paper, and she continues to take calls, which was rather bizarre. So I asked her, Amy, what's with the paper? And she said, oh, that's my toilet time. I said, excuse me, do you have like a medical problem or something? She said, no, it's my toilet time. I said, what do you do with that? She said, I'm giving it to my supervisor. So I go to the supervisor, said, toilet time, what's going on here? He said, yeah, I have to give it to the call center manager. Before I continue, just so you understand, this is a 500 seats, this location in Coventry. This is not 30 people, 500 seats. I go to the call center manager, I said, toilet time, what's going on? He said, yeah, every Friday afternoon my admin collects all the toilet time from all the employees and we tabulate them. I have a special spreadsheet for that. Would you like to see it by groups, by age, by genders? How would you like to see that? And I said, hit me. And he produced this, you've all seen those bar charts from Excel. So he produced one of those bar charts and says, Samantha, 32 minutes, David, 22 minutes, John, 52 seconds. And then there is a benchmark. There's a benchmark. So if you go over the benchmark, you need to explain to your boss, what did you eat last night? So I called my whole team. I said, stop. We are stopping this project right now. I asked the call center manager, I said, can I please take this report with me? He said, yeah. He said, what are you going to do with it? I said, I think I would like to share it with the CEO. And he said, by all means, take all of them. I'll give you a whole pile of them. So I go back to the CEO, and I said, sir, you will never, ever have a customer experience taking place in your organization. So why not? We have the whole plan. I said, you're measuring toilet time of people. And he said, no, I don't. And I said, yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. I show him the graphs. And he pauses. And he said, you're the consultant. You're going to tell me what to do. I thought it was self-explanatory, but apparently he had some challenges with that. I said to him, let me tell you what we're going to do. I have a solution for you. You know how in call centers we rush to buy technology sometimes before we even know what we're going to do with it? I said, I got a solution for you. It's still in beta, but pretty stable solution. I said, let me know. I'm ready for it. You know, we want to do customer experience here. Said, here's what we're going to do. We are going to install infrared sensors on the chairs of the agents. So the moment they get up via Wi-Fi, we'll report it to a live performance management system that will tell us which stall they're sitting on. When they come back, we will have a special electronic weight in order to see their net level of commitment to the organization. I must admit to you, it was the longest 5 minutes of my life, as I was not sure if he's about to ask me how much it's cost or if I'm kidding. I can tell you that in every organization we step into, there is some kind of a toilet time story. Because we are going with some kind of a superficial commitment as opposed to a serious commitment. Let me share with you